Okay guys, we are back today with a new video of my new to me 2007 Ford Escape XLS. Now, I just purchased the car today and this is my new daily driver and I couldn't be more excited to have found this. I've been looking for a new car to replace the Buick for well over a month now, and I've been driving all over the place, putting all types of miles on my car. I've had no luck. I had a certain budget I was working with, and whatever I found, I kind of lowballed the people, but I expected them to kind of work with me. As I did have cash in hand, so I really was able to buy something at any moment. But some dealerships I went to, they didn't really want to budge, and some of the people that I've looked at on private party, I just wasn't too impressed finding out more information about the vehicle. But that being said, I had stumbled across this a few days ago, and I called the owner, and I started texting them, I lowballed them, they dropped the price considerably, and I went and looked at it, and I put a deposit down on it yesterday, and I bought it today because I had to go to work and I had nobody to really drive the car. So I bought it today, and here it is. I picked it up, and I want a video on YouTube just so I can get it out there when I first bought the car, because I'm gonna start modding it tomorrow, if you will, and I just want it to be a fresh video of a car that I haven't touched yet with modifications. So here it is, 2007 Escape XLS. XLS is a base model, but this one is special because it is a 5-speed, and you could not get an XLT with a 5-speed, so this is actually a top trim for a manual. It's got every option for the XLS, such as the 15-inch alloy wheels right there. It's got a roof rack right there as well, and I'm trying to make this fast. I am running out of time here, unfortunately, but it also has a trailer hitch. This looks like it is a hidden hitch. It's not really hidden, but the previous owners used it as a bike rack, so that's what that's for. Of course, you can't really tow with a 2.3 liter. So we'll get to the backstory here now. The people I bought it from, it was a one-owner car. It was from a couple. They were in their probably late 60s. They bought the car back in November of '06, and they were campers, so they had an extremely expensive motorhome, like probably a $300,000 motorhome. That they trailed south in the winter with, and that's why they bought this, because it was a stick shift and it was light to tow. And I guess when you're towing cars, at least on the Fords, from my understanding, it had to be an all-wheel drive version, so that's why it was all-wheel drive. And that's another reason this is really special, because you don't see a whole lot of stick shifts with all-wheel drive. This is actually the first one I had seen with it. I didn't even know you could get it, but it has it. So that's what this up here is. This is actually a motorhome attachment. So I'm gonna try to remove that. I'm not too concerned about it because it's not ugly. It's kind of hidden down there, and as you can see, it does have a front plate bracket as well, because the people that had bought the car, they had a friend that owned a dealership in Ohio, and so they bought the car from his dealer. I guess they got a deal on it, and that's why that plate is there. Otherwise, it's a registered Michigan car, but it's been down south every winter since. It's been to Texas, Arizona, it's been all over the country, it's been all over the East Coast, and it recently spent the last 7 years in the Florida Keys, so it's been all over the place, which is really cool. So if you're from the north, you know these Escapes rust out like crazy, especially right in this area, and this has none of that, so it is completely rust free, and that is just awesome. So for what I paid for it, she was asking $5,500 for it, and I'm just gonna tell you what I paid for it. I paid $4,500 for this. I think that's a pretty fair price, considering these are, that you cannot find one of these rust-free, and especially with a stick shift and all-wheel drive. I challenge you to go on Auto Trader and find me one equipped like this. You're not gonna find it, and is well documented. And if you do, it's gonna have 100,000 miles more, and it's gonna be $5,000. So I had no problem paying that price for this. And it's also my favorite color for '07. It's just, this is what I would have bought back in the day, and it's actually my favorite generation Escape. If you guys can remember, I had an '02 Escape, and I actually had it really kind of nicely modded, and it turned out nice. Unfortunately, it spun a bearing and blew up. I was in high school at the time, I couldn't afford to fix it, and we all know how that story goes. Shortly after, I bought a Saturn Vue stick shift, and that was just a fun vehicle. I have a thing for SUVs with stick shifts. Unfortunately, they don't make them anymore. I think I can get a Kia Soul to stick, but this is far better than a Kia Soul with a stick. That's my own opinion. As you can see, the car did come from Advantage Ford Lincoln Mercury in Fremont, Ohio. And it's been dealer maintained since, for the most part. It's got every record, and I will tell you why I had no problem paying this for this car. The key in my pocket right here, actually, and so Here's the key right here. They were kind of dirty, so I actually took some time here and I cleaned them off. And it even has the original key fob right there, or the key dealer logo. Coming over the interior, it's all hard touch. It's all utilitarian, rugged SUV type things here. Again, this design came out in 2001, so don't get too excited with materials. But the seats are comfortable. The fabric is nice. It's not the best material, but it's not the worst for sure. It could use a shampoo, but other than that, and a light detail inside. But the new owners actually had a really nice F-150 Lariat, a 2015, and the wife, she replaced this with a 2018 Escape Titanium. So there's that. And this is the part I like about it. So you can hear it's a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder. It's produced by Mazda. Not a bad motor. It's pretty fuel efficient. They weren't known for their speed or anything, but they're really reliable. And that's what I need for a work car. A car that gets good mileage and is reliable. Headlights, they are not automatic, but that's okay with me. There's a dummy switch for your fog lights, gauge dimming, and kind of a coin holder, and your power mirrors, power windows, and power locks. Cruise control, that's what I needed. It's got radio and air conditioning and heat. That's what I also want. And it's got the 4x4, which I could care less if it was front wheel drive or all wheel drive. It's kind of icing on the cake that it has that. So otherwise, it's just a basic Escape. Other than that, it's a 5-speed. The gearbox is actually insanely smooth, and it's really fun to drive despite it has 150 horsepower. So it also has the original window sticker. I'm not going to bore you guys with all the service records because it's got a stack of service records, and that is honestly a video in its own. But just take a look at the window sticker. It has every option you could get for the XLS. I mean, she said she just crossed off every option when she bought it, so that was just awesome to hear. And there's some just more documents and such right there. And what really sold me on this car was this book right here. This is the kind of person you want to buy a car from. To me, I think it's way overly compulsive, but this is every fuel log ever of the car, all the fuel mileage. It's been documented. I mean, that's how anal these people were about keeping records on their cars, and just how well they actually took care of it. So I'll give it a quick little rev here. It's a little raspy. Of course, it's a 4-cylinder from the mid-2000s. What 4-cylinder wasn't? That was a domestic car brand. But coming to the rear, again, this has no rust at all, and that's really what sold me again. Coming to the rear, I don't think they had anyone back here. It even has the original floor mats as well, and cup holders. No mat pockets in the back, but I don't carry people, so that's no big deal for me. Headliner is clean, no moonroof unfortunately, and it's missing a sunglasses container up there, which, again, little things, I guess. Just coming to the rear. This has the glass that pops open, and the struts are in perfect working order, and the hinges are not corroded like they all get up here. It's just, I couldn't have asked for a better vehicle for what I wanted, and I really do love these things. It does have the accessory cargo shade as well, and also the accessory storage bin. I guess this was actually an option. I didn't know that, but you can store your stuff down there, and we have wipers and some new floor mats and the OEM floor mats down there, so that's really cool that all that is there. The lights do work under there. Coming to the side, again, it's basically the same thing. It's perfect for me, and hopefully it lasts a long time because I don't plan on ever getting rid of this. I plan on taking this to the grave. You can mark my words on that one. This car is really cool, and I don't mean I'm keeping it forever, but I'm gonna be keeping it for at least 5 years. Needs a little bit of a detail under the hood, but that's nothing I really can't handle. It's quite dirty, but other than that, it's really kind of the best scenario I could find with my price point. But that's just a quick little update of the new car to me. So as usual, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.